Hello. I've never done one of these before, but as requested by Equine Queen, I believe I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm not. She asked that I do a tutorial, but with a commentary. I'm sorry if my mic isn't very good, but I hope this is okay for you and it helps. Anyway, I will kind of speed up some processes where I'm not talking. But anyway, let's get this. Oh, the pen broken. Oh dear. Anyway, too many anyways in that sentence. I'm going to show you how to do a background first. So you want this tool here, which I'm not sure what the tool's called. Well, I think it's a selecting tool. There, you want that tool. You just zoom in and go to the horse's head, and you just go around the horse. You don't have to be super accurate because any mistakes you can go around later, as long as you've got the basic outline of the horse cropped through. So, do. Really, you would go around the whole horse, but I'm going to have to do that again if I click off. So you go around the whole horse and then you'd invert it, which is you go up here, select invert, which makes this the background selected rather than the horses that you've gone around. And you blur out the background. Like so. So, that's the background blurred out. Now we move on to the tail to make it look more realistic, because at the moment it's a bit blocky. So what we want is the airbrush tool. Then we go to brushes, and I use this brush because if I show you, I get a white, because if I show up a bit better, it gives nice strokes. It looks like hair. So, and because the tail is dark, we go to the eyedropper tool and we take the tail is light. We take the darkest colour we can find on the coat of the horse, and we start working on the tail. At first, it looks like it's not actually showing up, but the more you work with it, and you just build up the colour as you want it. So let's do this. Try and keep it as realistic as possible when you do stuff like this. Okay, now we've got that. Move on to a black. Bring a bit of dark colour into the tail. I like to keep the darker colours either at the top of the tail or at the base of the tail, not work through. But at the moment I'm working through, and then I'll build up the colour and get it to how I want it. So we keep the darker colours at the base. We want work the dark colour all the way through. This is hard to explain. Work the dark colour all the way through the tail, but mostly focusing on the top and or the bottom of the tail. Don't do the top and the bottom. Work where you want the dark colour, working down to the light colour, or the light colour fading down to the dark. So don't have it at the top and the bottom because it just doesn't look realistic. And if you have a coloured, you can have a single black stripe going straight through, because I own my own horses and it helps to look at real pictures of horses. And I've got pictures of my own, and I have a coloured, and he has a single black stripe running down his tail. So that's enough of the dark colour. Now why am I going back on here? Now we go to the light colour on the coat. I have a tablet to do this. It is possible to do with a mouse, but it's 10 times harder, so I recommend having a tablet because it works so much easier. Then you flick the white through, and also I have it set up that the more I press down on the tablet, the darker the colour comes out. So the lighter I draw on my tablet, the lighter the colour, or the less dark the colour comes out. See, that's just kind of a slight pressure, whereas that is the darker. You see the difference? It's not very noticeable, but it's there. Oh dear. So the tail's already starting to look slightly more realistic than it was before. I'm sorry for any background noise. I have dogs, and they like to run around and bark at people. Okay. Try and keep it. And then we go back to the dark colour on the tail, and then I select at the top, work it down, and then finish up with the darker colour at the base. And then also it helps to adjust the flow, which makes it come out. That's the manual way instead of pressing down more with the pen. It's the manual way to more colour come out. And then if we zoom out,